Previously on Ash of God's Redemption. After giving up the chase on Thorn, Hopper and his party headed to Opacum by their own route. A stop at the water menhir revealed another piece of the slowly unraveling riddle that Hopper had been given in hopes of saving all of Terminium, while an encounter with Nakoma left Rask dead. Now, Hopper must piece together the meaning of the riddle he has been given. What does it mean? And what do the Reapers want with the dead menhir of Opacum, anyway?
A pearl grows to protect the oyster from dirt. Doesn't the dream of freedom do the same thing in the soul of a slave?
Chapter 8. Back to, Hopper. Okay, let's see. Look at the menhir, talk to Ake, talk to Corazon.
That's the playing.
Yep. Alright, let's talk to Ake. You find Ake talking to some vandal. He waves a hand as he sees you.
Look who's here. It's Patagang the merchant. He was in Albius when the reaping began. He's now an advisor to stock at Victi. Can you imagine? Rask put a word for him. I was just telling Patagang how we met the little fellow and then parted ways.
The kite's in here.
Yes, I know.
The tea's in here.
I know. You have to restrain yourself from wincing. Ake doesn't need to know what happened to Rask. Meanwhile, Patagang is looking at you as if he is reading your mind. You nod to him and try to ask something, but Ake butts in. The big fellow laughs and taps the vandal on the shoulder.
Patagang's gonna arrange our stay and dinner, so we won't have to huddle in a barracks. Well, King Treeg will arrive shortly, so I have to deal with some urgent matters.
Can you what?
Oh.
Death Star.
No, Dad, I like your Death Star.
Okay.
Hey guys, Dad had the regular Death Star.
Patagang follows Ake with his eyes, then turns to you.
It is no accident that we meet here, my dear book lover. I can see the questions swarming in your head. Ask away.
You look at the Vandal warrior turned merchant, and see a man who has lost his loved ones. He is also a man gifted with second sight. There must have been shamans in his bloodline.
You look at me more intensely than the damsels looked at the silks on my stall. Come, ask away, for I have a lot on my plate. Rask is nowhere to be found, and I'm busy as a bee.
I know how to...
Did you flee Albius because of the reaping?
You cannot run away from the reaping. What unnerved me were the people. Or were they even people? Some wore a monster's skin, others a cardinal's robes. Still others wear regular clothes, just as you do.
You can see these things? Did you have shamanic ancestors? You saw the reaping then. You ran away from the cardinal, not from the reaper? Why are you not running away from me?
To the reaper, I'm nothing. He can have us all in one go. The cardinal, on the other hand, had a personal interest in me. You see, he needed eyewitness accounts of the events in Albius. I'm glad it's not me he's come here for. As for trouble, you bring it only unto yourself. See anything out of the ordinary in Albius? I've seen sorcery of all kinds. It's like a blinding light to me. First, a young woman came to Albius. I swear I've never seen a finer lass in my whole life. After that, it seemed to me that the sky went dark with storm clouds. It was then that the Reaper appeared. Finally, when the bell began to peal, the darkness started to dissipate. What can you tell me about Thorn Brennan, or his daughter? Are they sorcerers too? How did they resist the Reaper? That I cannot tell. They say you can spend all your life cracking nuts, but break a tooth on the millionth. The Brennans are tough to crack, like these nuts. There's something special about them. What exactly, I do not know. Why did you decide to stay in Opacum? It's easier to breathe here. The pestilence I narrowly escaped in Albius seems to be less potent. Even the Cardinal here is different. I'm nevertheless afraid these blessings won't last. Why is that? And why are you here if they won't last? I see everything, but I cannot explain it all. The darkness thickens. Soon it will engulf Opacum. What lies at the heart of the darkness is not my concern. I just know that there is nowhere else to run. Everything will be decided here. I can feel it. It's all for the questions, but there is something I want to tell you. I have bad news for you, Patagang. My friend Rask lost his life. Lost it completely and irrevocably. It happened several days ago. I don't want to talk about it, but you should abandon all hope of ever seeing him again.
Hey!
I knew Rask was no more the moment it happened. I sensed trouble in him, just like I sense it in you. I'm no sorcerer, of course. I just feel it. I won't prattle, I promise. No need to attract attention. You see and feel everything. You ran away from the Cardinal, but stayed when he came to Opacum. You saw trouble in Rask, and Rask is no more. You saw trouble in me, yet I still live. Are you a sorcerer by chance?
Hey!
Seeing things doesn't make one a sorcerer. I went for a stroll about the fortress the first day I came here. I was really intrigued by the ruins under the menhir. Don't know whether you looked carefully enough, but there used to be an inscription, and now it's gone. Why didn't you read it when you saw it? Perhaps it was meant for your eyes. That's unlikely. I had shaman ancestors, but I'm not one myself. I should be going now. Riddles and cryptic words have been getting on my nerves these past few days. Cardinal will find you even if you don't announce your presence. Perhaps it's better to leave him alone. Well then, let's go look at the menhir. From the outside, the fortress looks frozen in frightened expectation, but inside it's abuzz with life. Hundreds, even thousands of soldiers scurry to and fro. Arrows and stones are being hauled onto the walls. Kindling is piled under huge cauldrons filled with slabs of tar. Horses are neighing nervously. A baby is crying. Clean underwear is being hung out to dry. If death is nigh, you might as well wear clean clothes. I entirely endorse this sentiment. A short distance from the gate, you see the mysterious rock jutting out of the ground like a black fang. You've been to Opacum many times, and every time you stood here, admiring the ominous, lifeless menhir and the white ruins, smashed and pushed into the ground at its foot. Over the centuries, the menhir has become part of the wall, while the white boulders have practically disappeared. In fact, all you can see
is a single cracked lintel, which used to rest on a row of columns. What is so special about this menhir, except that it destroyed an ancient chapel from which it rose? It's a 1,000-year-old mystery, an everlasting one. People seem to avoid it without even thinking about it, and there's a ring of emptiness around the rock, even in the crowd-thronged square. You stop at a distance, as if you were afraid too. Someone stands behind you. Not too close, but not too far either. Only for a moment you believe that it's Amma, your lost and estranged love. But you listen sharply and realize it's someone else, familiar yet different. She has come to speak with you, and it's not a conversation you can avoid. You turn around and face a tall blonde woman. The way she looks at you suggests that she already knows everything you can tell her. Her resemblance to Amma is striking, only her hair is not as fair. My name is Philia. I've been waiting for you. Mother told me you would certainly come here. Of course I did. Mother drove me here with promises, riddles, and cunning. She even cursed me. Who is your mother? I cannot tell you what I know myself. What I only know myself. What? Okay. Blah. Take two. I can only tell you what I know myself. My mother, I call her Chilla. She goes by Unda for those who have never met her. Believe me, if she had given anyone a burden, she would have shouldered twice as much herself. This is the least of my concerns at the moment. Tell me, can I get rid of the curse in Opacum or not? Why don't you draw your sword and ask me whether you could win a duel? How am I supposed to know? I'm not a fencing expert. I know not your opponent, nor do I know you, in fact. Don't ask me about the matters you're supposed to know yourself. This is not the reason I'm here. Why are you here? Where are my secret words? Are they on the menhir? There's nothing. Where's the stone I'm supposed to read? You came to the right place, Blance, but you're looking the wrong way. The words you need are on the white stone, which is much more ancient than the menhir crushing it. Come closer and you'll see it. Studied the ruins of the ancient chapel 1,000 times and never saw a single word inscribed on them. Could have done it. The Opacum guards keep a close watch on the menhir, even though it's been dead for 1,000 years. Yes, I see it. Inscription. Wasn't there before. It says, because you carry misfortune within you. Because you carry misfortune within you. You look dumbfounded. Is anything else written on the stone? Take into yourself that which you can take, for there is no one else to take it. If you do not burn out, carry it. With every step your burden shall become heavier, for you carry it for many, and their number increases still. You will save yourself by saving others, but you will not keep misfortune away, because you carry misfortune within you. I can see the first 6 phrases. They're all here, except the 7th. Does that mean I didn't have to go chasing all those fragments? Could have just read them here? There's more to it than meets the eye. Everything has its price. Some words are like heavy boulders. They can crush a person with their weight if they are dumped all at once. Where's the 7th stone, then? It all started with these instructions. Follow the guiding one. Collect the 7 parts of wisdom. Read this and be saved. Where is the 7th fragment? I'm in Opacum. There's nowhere else to go. My hand is black and my heart is rent with pain. My message is this. You will find the last words in the very end, or else on the dearest one. Don't ask me to interpret this. I don't know what it means. Think? That's it? What am I supposed to do with this message? How can I save myself? I have nothing else to say. You can have your book back. Mother sends it with apologies for borrowing it without prior notice. There's great power within it, though it's not in the pages, nor the binding. Damnation. What a family you've got. Everything gets sorted out. My arm, the reaping, the war, this accursed spell. Your mother'd better stay far away from me. It won't just sort itself out, Blance. We'll discuss this later. She knows his real name. Alright, well, I guess we have to talk to Corazon. Hello? You're called Hopper right now, right? Why are you here while Thorn Brennan and his daughter are not? Where are they? I followed him to Frigga and looked for signs of him on the road leading to Opacum. I must have outpaced him, but I expect him to arrive by the end of the day, barring any accidents. I hope you are not mistaken. Is it true that Thorn was pardoned? Unless he did something insane since then, there will be a place for him on the walls of Opacum. Tell me, why are you still in Opacum? The Frisians are approaching. It's not like you to stay in a besieged fortress. Don't make excuses. I know that you consider bravery foolish. Do I look like someone who makes excuses? He who comes on time does not rush. How can I leave Opacum without presenting my compliments to the glorious Prince Treeg? He will come here, you see. Why did you need Thorn? Need Thorn? What makes you think so? Did I say so? No, I really don't need him. I was just curious. It's not every day that you see someone who could resist a Reaper. Did you plan to test him yourself? I would test his daughter, although it might seem she may have a higher purpose. Still mad at Treeg. I always settle my debts, especially if I owe puny mortals. You owe me, Corazon. Thanks to you, my whole arm has turned black. Filaments of darkness are crawling toward my heart. I ask of you, leave King Treeg alone. Why do you request King Treeg? Since when do you take interest in officials? Normally, you protect the weak and the poor. Consider it my whim. King Treeg can be boorish and rash, but giving due credit to Bran Victi, there's no better commander for the fortress. Could it be that you don't want Opacum to endure the siege? I will not endure, Blance, but I will grant your wish regardless. At least until Opacum falls and darkness consumes your heart. What are they preparing to do in Opacum? What can you arrange in Opacum? It's a clean place. Isn't this what it's called? As if the lands are swept by the reaping were filthy. The Umbra from Frisia didn't focus on Opacum for no reason, did they? I cannot speak for them, but I can make conjectures. I believe they want to wake the dead menhir, or something else. If you don't need me anymore, I would like to leave. You may bow to me and leave then. Suddenly, a bell starts ringing over Opacum. The melody is different from what you've heard in Albius. It's ragged and rushed, as if the bell ringer is trying to deliver an urgent message. The defenders drop everything they were doing, running errands, toiling to prepare for the siege, and look up in frozen expectation. Something must have happened, and it's not the Frisians' arrival, as soldiers in the bastions are also staring at the bell tower. You look around for someone who could offer an explanation, but, like you, the soldiers' troubled faces reflect no understanding of what is going on. In times of war, a bell seldom rings for good reason. There's a commotion at the southern gate, though. Several riders come in. They are too few to be reinforcements, yet too numerous to be messengers. You strain your eyes and start recognizing faces. Time to brace yourself for bad news. The first person you recognize is Shek, master of the guard from Ursus. He leaps off his horse and tends to another rider who is wearing a superior cape and whose weapons have the glint of the finest steel. It's Treeg, now king. He shoves Shek aside and gets off his horse himself. The party must have had a perilous journey. Count Victi comes out to greet the king and attempts to bow, but Treeg nods to him and embraces him like an old friend. He then sends Shek to help another rider, a fair-haired and fair-skinned lad in a royal cape very much like Treeg's. Has Prince Hode recovered? It's probably him, but he looks very weak. You shake your head. His entourage is too scant for a king. It's definitely not the Juranin army. Something must have happened in Hyborg. There's that white-haired woman among the soldiers. Can it be? It's Amma. What is she doing here? And where did she come from? Staggering, she walks to the menhir while you stand rooted to the spot. Once again something interrupts your brooding and awakens you from your stupor. It looks like another company has arrived in Opacum. Is this Treeg's mounted rearguard catching up to him in the fortress? The riders are wounded, their horses exhausted. Prince Hederlig is also here. Hyborg must have fallen, and the road to Burkana must have been cut off. That is the only explanation for such a ragged company coming to Opacum. Very soon the fortress will be besieged from all sides. You spot an icon among the newcomers. A warrior from the Isle of Shadows is someone you least expected to see. You wonder what he's doing in Opacum. The two companies merge. You watch Stocket Victi point a finger toward the main bastions as he explains something to King Treeg. Deep in conversation with them is Ake. The giant looks around, sees you, and gestures for you to join the discussion.
Do I see the infamous book lover? Skip the kneeling part. In times like this, kneeling's only good for the scaffold, if you're lucky enough to even make it that far. I've spoken to Ake and Count Victi and learned some curious facts. You are the book lover for my Sana. I have a lot of questions for you, Hopper, some more important than others. I'm glad to see you, because my son is here by my side. He didn't carry out my orders. Where is Thorn? What have you been doing all this time? I'm still hoping that you won't have to suffer my royal wrath. Your Majesty, ask the gods to spare me from your wrath. We followed Thorn's trail up to Opacum and anticipated his arrival. I'm sure he will be here by the end of the day. We'll still discuss this later. Now, people praise you for your knowledge. If you're truly as wise as they say, tell me this. What do the Reapers want, and why are they helping Frisia? Why did they drive us to this fortress, and what is so special about Opacum? The secret of Opacum lies with its menhir. Isn't it dead? It needs a menhir that hasn't healed a single ailing supplicant.
Frisia and the Reapers are unlikely to be preoccupied with healing Birkins, Your Majesty. Temple servants know more about the sacred stones than I do, but I doubt that even they would be able to answer your questions. Reapers want Opacum to fall. Then why do they give me an escape route that would bring me here? The Reaper didn't just split open Hyborg's defenses. He cleared the road to Opacum. Asking myself the same question. I'm not a Reaper, Your Majesty, but I suspect that for some reason he wants you to seek sanctuary in Opacum. Reapers are not helping Frisia. This doesn't seem quite accurate. It's the Birkanan fortress the Reapers are taking. Birkanan warriors they're setting at each other's throats. How does that count as helping? How doesn't that count as helping Frisia to beat us in this war? The past has taught us that the Reapers do not help anybody. They are Birkana's enemies as much as they are Frisia's. When they destroy one camp, the other rejoices and considers it help. Until it too is destroyed, that is. I can see that your wisdom is overrated. Better be a finer chronicler than an advisor. You're at a pivotal point in history, and what follows is worth writing down in your annals. Don't leave out the details. You can rely on me, Your Majesty. Everything I witness will be recorded. You'll certainly have a copy of the scrolls in your archives. I hope that our descendants live to read all this. Go now. We'll let you know if you're needed. Now we have Amma and Shek. Let's go ask Shek about Hyborg. Didn't expect to see you here, Hopper. I overheard your conversation with the king. I gather you have some questions for me, too. Hello, Shek. Probably won't be the only one asking questions. Everyone in Opacum is wondering what has happened in Hyborg. Hyborg has fallen. Would have endured even through the Gels and the Vandals, made a corduroy road through the swamp, had the Reaper not appeared by the main gate. I haven't seen him myself, but apparently it was the same one as in Albius. The guards let him in, then hacked each other to pieces. We were lucky to have escaped with our lives. Didn't she retreat to Ursus or Jera? Did you hear what I said about the corduroy road? Thousands of Gels and Vandals used it to cross to the old Gabonan road and block it completely. Didn't plan to burrow in Opacum. It's just that there was no choice, as if some superior force drove us here. Why haven't they yet called to Opacum? Why are the Northern Umbra doing this? Hope that my insights are not too late. Did you send for reinforcements? Of course we sent for reinforcements, though I fear no messenger got through. I've seen carrier pigeons picked off with arrows right at Hyborg's towers. We're being rounded up, Shek. As if what you're saying is true. There are enemies coming by Marsh Road, and soon enough they'll close the trap with Frisians on one side, Gels and Vandals on the other. Where did you meet Amma? Amma, you say? What makes you think she's here? She keeps to herself. She even has bodyguards who helped us wipe out the pursuing enemies near Opacum. One of the guards is an icon. Can you believe it? It's the first time I saw one of them close up. Amma used to have hundreds of icons by her side. Don't look at me like that. I'm just reminiscing. How did Hedderlig end up in Hyborg? Same way we ended up in Opacum. The enemy left no other route. Hedderlig planned to go east, but he couldn't go anywhere other than Hyborg. A hard battle was fought at its walls, and the Prince of Isana could have perished if not for Lon. I would have never taken Lon for a good warrior. He doesn't quite have the countenance. How are the two royals getting along? Bickering about command power yet? Just as the 5 kingdoms of Burkana work together, so do the two royals. There's nothing to bicker about, really. Treeg and Hedderlig command their own men. There's no time for arguing when we stormed out. They agreed that Count Victi should retain his post as commander in Opacum. Reapers don't personally fight wars. It's not entirely true. As a boy, I've heard a story of a great battle. 700 years ago, was it? Imagine it. There were 5 Reapers fighting in the Battle of the Drowsy Deep. 702 years ago, Shek. That battle was different. The final one, or so it seemed at the time. Right now, a single Reaper can cause more than enough trouble. Have a chance to talk later. That's true. A besieged fortress is like a ship. You can't get away even if you're sick and tired of each other. In truth, though, I'm busy with other matters. I hope to find Bran Victi. He's probably hiding under his father's wing. That bastard took off with the Ursus Guard's salary. Unbelievable. He a count. Anything can happen, I guess. I'm sure, though, that Stockett will not turn his son over, even to the king. He'd rather wall him up in a hole to save his own face. Great, Bran's here too. You're right. I won't ask about him. If he shows himself, he'll regret it. Otherwise, he can live wherever he's walled up. He chokes on the money he's stolen. This just gets better and better. Alright, let's go talk to Amma. You stand quietly next to Amma until she finally meets your gaze. Why are you here? Not a seer, but I sense the Reapers are plotting something, gathering everyone here. They want to kill you, Blance, turn your spirit to ash, forever, irrevocably. I thought you should know. Who are they? Adna, Atrak, Dorfkal, maybe others as well. Adna paid me a visit. What did she tell you? Who'd benefit from my death? Whatever the Reapers do, they do for a reason. There aren't too many lower Umbra left. They want to hold a ritual. A triple sacrifice. Yourself, Churlin, and, I would guess, Korbaf. Killing 3 Umbra should release enough power to awaken one of the gods, will become incarnate in the Chosen One, someone marked with a special sign, someone strong enough to endure such a burden. Wake up, Amma. You're one of us. If what you say is true, then you're in danger. I'm here, and Korbaf is close by. Churlin is dead. However, Opacum has been cleansed. The Reapers are powerless here. It's you who needs to wake up, Blance. They killed Churlin, but didn't let him go. Troch swallowed him, and will spit him out here. The curse binding you to that body makes you an easy target. Korbaf will be the 3rd. Why not me? I serve them once again. They have other plans for me. Horonzon is also their servant. There might be others, too. Why do you serve them again? Adna found me and touched me with her crooked staff. Of her 4 shadows, I'm the only one left. I can still shield my thoughts from her. I still have the power to go where I will, but I'm already her slave. I control this body, for now, but her spores are hatching inside it. Had it not been for Opacum. If Opacum's purity isn't limitless, why are you here? The moment the protection fades, Adna will have her way with you. Do whatever she wants. I'm here because you're in danger, though, frankly, you're not the reason I came. I fancied that I saw a glimmer of hope, a happy resolution, and you have to work for it. But I don't know what exactly you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to take over Opacum? Has to do with the menhir. It's not truly dead. All menhirs are different. The water menhir doesn't accumulate poison because it stands in the middle of a stream. The roaming menhir wanders around the Vale of Mercy. When the little menhir burnt out, the ashen wasteland was created, and this one simply appeared in the wrong place. What do you mean, the wrong place? 1,000 years ago, it grew out of a chapel that was already ancient, destroying it in the process. I've touched the remaining blocks 1,000 times, and dug up some of them. There's no power in those stones. I would have felt it. What if their lack of power is the flip side of the powerlessness of a dead menhir? It was you who led Adna to me unwittingly. A month ago you came to me and traded a book. It was imbued with the same power as this chapel. Of all of us, you should know. Coronzon betrayed the temple. Could be. It's also possible that there is no distinction between the Temple of Divine Retribution and the Temple of Divine Wrath. Instead, there's only one temple, and waging the sacred wars was simply an act of deception. When you and 12 fellow Umbra took the field at Drowsy Deep, didn't you wonder why Coronzon wasn't there? Nor Ananil, nor Renee? That's over the top. I refuse to believe it. Coronzon is one SOB, but Ananil is not, nor is Ine. Even though I cannot vouch for Ine, I can tell you one thing about my curse. It's not their handiwork. It takes away from the reaping. It upset Coronzon. Someone else had to cast it. This is what I don't understand, but it's irrelevant right now. Whether a human sorcerer tried to stop the reaping, or Ananil is playing games of his own, they're only pebbles which won't stop a rock fall. Aren't the gods dead? When we escaped the ashes of our dying world, the gods did everything in their power to save us. They sacrificed themselves. They set up menhirs to protect us in this new world. Yet something went wrong and the reapings began. That's what I thought, because my pity for mortals was blinding me. Now listen to me. Forget about mortals. Think about the gods. They do not make mistakes, and nothing can go wrong when they are at work. One of them didn't sacrifice himself. He has floated between sleep and death ever since. He is the one who set the previous world ablaze. He is the one they want to awaken. The whole of Opacum is a gigantic altar for the sacrifice? Out of your mind. 3 Umbra. Some sort of sign. A chosen one. A divine incarnation. I told you this nonsense. Was it Adna? Don't you know you cannot trust her as far as you can throw her? I wish it was nonsense, but I divined it myself. The visions are hazy and difficult to make out, as if fate is still deciding how the dice will roll. Faces swim around and fade. The only ones I can see clearly are Churlin's, and yours. Yours is not dead. Most of the time. Let's forget all of our misfortunes and leave this place together. Somehow I don't think she's gonna go for that. You still believe your will is free? Or do you hope to repair a house that's already in ruins? I'm very tired. A certain Philia was supposed to escort me to a quiet place where I can rest. There she is, already looking for you. My offer stands. And last, the wall. You have no more pressing matters. All that's left is to wait for the siege to begin. Things past cannot be recalled. The thought stings, so you turn around, head to the main bastions, and climb the stairs to the top of the wall. The green sea of the Vandal forest stretches before you. Puddles of the Vandal swamp glisten in oily black. On the north, the Milky Mountains reach for the sky. Only now does Amma's meaning slowly sink in. Your old life and world as you know it are coming to an end. A bell starts to peal over the keep. From the west, still far away, comes the twangy melody of Frisian horns and the beating of war drums. The distance muffles the clanging armor and marching feet, squeaking axles of baggage train carts, but the wind carries a faint odor of sweat, dirt, and greasy cooking. Frisian legions are approaching Opacum. The siege will begin in a matter of hours. The sun is disappearing behind dark clouds.
Hey folks, Aaron here. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more, please hit the subscribe button, like it, all that stuff, and don't forget the alerts for when I post new videos. New videos go up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. Central. Vlogs and gaming content. You can also find me at my blog, stickstoriesscotch.blogspot.com, my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/shadowcaster, and a lot of other writing over on Mariner's Rock. Hope you'll be back next time. Until then, remember, keep your knees in the breeze and the shiny side up. And now, I gotta ride.